Trekcast.
The galaxy's most unpredictable Star Trek podcast.
Hello, welcome to Trekcast, the galaxy's most unpredictable Star Trek podcast. It's so unpredictable, I didn't even give a thought to who was doing the intro until about a nanosecond before I did it.
There you go.
So yeah, unpredictable. I'm Dan. I'm one of your hosts. With me as always, Daniel. With me for now is Scott.
For now.
For now.
Very excited.
How's everybody doing?
Pretty great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you guys
How
doing?
was your week?
Mine was great. Really busy. Lots of homecoming stuff. I've got a senior in high school, and he was voted Spirit King.
Oh,
so
nice.
Wow.
That was exciting. Plus, he's in the marching band. So
He's the
Yeah.
Spirit King. Is
That's
he?
right.
Does he say "Akuchimoya"? I am far from the bones of my grandfather.
I will have to teach him that. Absolutely.
Does he not know the ways?
Apparently not. Not yet.
Yeah.
I'll have to get on that.
Oh, cool.
I was away for the whole week. Space Force
wow.
had zero-G combat training, so
Okay.
I was away from home for the whole week.
Does it make you
teaching.
nauseous?
Does it? It does make me nauseous.
Yeah.
It does. It does. So I got home Friday afternoon, and I pretty much just laid on the couch since.
Oh, wow.
That's how exhausted I was. Just
Nice.
being on your feet constantly, for
Yeah.
the full day. And then when you're instructing, you're there an hour before and an hour after, and then it's training elsewhere. So everybody wants to go out afterwards and throw a few back, and
Yeah.
so it was
Right.
it was a long week. I'm glad to be home. That being said, only watched the episode once.
Okay.
I know that's becoming a reoccurring theme with me.
It is.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
I watched it
haven't
twice. In fact, I just got done watching it a second time.
Oh,
Really?
wow.
So
Okay.
I was taking some notes.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
cool. Can
Why
you pass
watch
me
it
the
once?
Can you pass me the notes?
Yeah, sure. Underneath the desk.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Nice. Well, cool.
So, how about you, Daniel?
Huh?
How about you?
Oh, just
How,
work stuff and trying to think what else. I had a first date this weekend, so we'll see how that goes.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
you can't just drop a nugget like that. and
okay,
move
yeah.
on.
Forget this whole
Come on.
episode stuff. I think we know what
yeah.
the next hour is going to be about.
No, it's
Come on.
fine. It's fine. It was just the first date. We went to a bookstore. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does she know
Awesome.
that you? Does she know that you're a total nerd and have a Star Trek podcast?
She knows I'm a nerd, but she doesn't know about the podcast. So
All right.
yeah.
Okay.
yeah, we'll
That's a
see what
second.
happens.
That's a second date sort of thing.
Yeah,
Right.
kinda,
You
yeah.
can't just
Gotta
drop
spring it
Can't
on
just
that.
drop that on the first date.
Yeah.
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 That's good.
We'll see.
All right.
Hey,
We'll see.
Cool.
Hey, I also wanted to give a shout out because my mom's listening. So, hi, Mom.
Oh. Well, hey, Scott's mom. Hey, where'd Dan go?
Where'd Dad go?
Oh man, he just disappeared on us. That zero G really kicked in.
Like,
Floated
apparently.
Daniel Lovecast. Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get to the news. I'm sure Dan will come back.
Star Trek news.
All right. So our first news story comes to us from trekmovie.com. And apparently time is running out. So what that they're talking about is time is running out for Star Trek Legacy if it's going to actually happen. According to one of the Picard production designers, he says that basically now that the writer's strike is over and it's looking promising for the actor's strike, basically Hollywood's coming back to life. And, they haven't signed Star Trek Legacy yet. And Terry Matalas is going to be a busy boy pretty soon because if Star Trek doesn't snatch him up to do Legacy, someone else is going to see what he did and how great it was. And they're going to ask him to resurrect their franchises. So, yeah which is a
'Cause
very,
he's good.
He's good. Yeah. It's a very real possibility. So, yeah. could be that Star Trek Legacy may not happen if they don't get on it soon.
But nobody's, everybody's replaceable.
Sure. That's what we've seen.
No, we're not talking about you, Dan.
That's right. He's getting it all together. But yeah, oh no, he can't hear us, I don't think. Maybe try reconnecting, Dan. Huh?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. My iPad crapped out. I don't know. I thought Scott zinged me. He said hello to his mom, and then I was gone.
Yeah.
If she was taking my place, I don't know about her thing. But I don't know what's going on with my iPad. I'm on my phone, so if I sound a little bit far away, that's because
yeah, you do. All right.
Sorry.
It's okay. So yeah, so basically they're saying if they don't sign up Terry Matalas soon, that's it, man. Legacy probably, at least not without Terry Matalas, wouldn't happen. That's not
well, hopefully starting like today, they've got executives that are scrambling to get things done, because of the, I'm probably stepping on your next news story, but
no, I was gonna say you would think that's the case, but
right,
we don't know. So hopefully, I know that they're planning big announcements for the New York City Comic Con, which is right around the corner. So as long as New York still isn't flooded, yeah,
that's another big news story.
yeah. That's not Star Trek news. That's just regular news.
No,
yeah. But yeah, also, so our next news story comes to us from Inverse, and Picard season 3 could have had an alternate ending. So if you don't know, Patrick Stewart is making the rounds. He's got a book tour coming around the corner, should be starting up pretty soon. And he's given a little bit of excerpts from his memoir, Making It So. And he talks a little bit about Picard season 3 and how it almost had an alternate ending. Basically, it would have been that Jean-Luc is back in his vineyard. His back is towards the viewers. And you hear a woman's voice say, Jean-Luc, supper is ready. And then he goes on to say that would the voice be Beverly? Would it be Loris? We don't really know. It isn't made clear. But his dog is with him. And he tells the dog, come on, boy. And they fade off and go to dinner. So...
alluding that it was what?
He won't say, alluding that, if it was Laris or if it was Beverly.
No, I mean the end scene. I mean, back in the vineyard and all that, like it never happened, or it was a happily ever after, or
sounds like a happily
ever after for Picard.
Okay,
like the Batman ending from Batman Rises. He's having dinner with his wife, girlfriend, whatever, and that's the end of it. So.
Okay, I hopefully it wasn't going to be like the Newhart ending.
Yeah, you never know. Or turn off the hologram. Let's go.
Right.
What happened?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then our last news story comes to us from Collider. I'm not going to put it up because this website kind of messes up my audio. Basically, the Star Trek 4 writer, what is her name? Lindsay Anderson Beer, basically says, yeah, we're still on track. I promise you. Everything's fine. It's all good here. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That is, as the kids say, Cap, I believe.
Cap
lies.
Yeah.
Total Cap. Yeah. So she says that they've been working hard on the project. That Lindsay has been working on the Pet Sematary Bloodlines prequel movie. So she's been busy with that. But now that that's over, she can focus on Star Trek 4 and really get that going. And she's so excited for it. Rah, rah, rah. Also, Star Trek Academy and Section 31 are still in the works. So, yeah, there we go.
We'll see.
Yes. Bitter, jaded fans, back. We remember when Tarantino was going to have his movie. so, yeah. But, yeah, that's all the news. All right. Well, let's get to the main topic and review this episode.
All right.
Fun will now commence.
All right. So we had a interesting episode for Lower Decks, Season 4, Episode 5, Empathalogical Fallacies. This was an interesting episode, to say the least. Basically, some Betazoids come on, some Betazoid dignitaries come onto the Cerritos, and immediately
Beep,
start. Yeah. A lot of swearing in this one, a lot of beeping. It's pretty fun. They got their whale tail drinks or whalebone drinks. Yeah, whale tails are a completely different thing. Yeah.
Oh boy.
And then basically everyone goes nuts. And so the theory is that the Betazoids are admitting some sort of psychological thing, virus, or just making everybody act crazy. What'd you guys think?
I liked it. I actually did an F word count, and I got 11 beeped out F words.
Oh wow!
And one other word. We think it was BS.
Okay.
But towards the end, I don't even think they were trying to. They were just beeping out the U and not beeping out anything else. I mean, it was they were kind of. I think in another couple of years, they're not even going to bother to try to censor it.
Probably not. Although I do think that the beeps are funnier than the actual words.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah. During the whole thing, Talin is kind of upset, feeling that she shouldn't be on the Cerritos. She feels like she should be able to go back to her Vulcan ship, and she's really, really annoyed. So, yeah. What'd you guys think about that storyline issue, too?
Yeah, I thought it was fun. I thought it was a lot of great callbacks.
I feel like there weren't as many Easter eggs in this episode. It was just more of a wacky episode.
Yeah. Right, just a story for its own story. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
I thought they worked in a couple of neat things. When they were doing the poetry slam, I caught something where he was talking about, during the poem, he talked about Worf the warrior, and he says, no, the farm boy. And if you remember, Worf grew up on a farming colony on, I think it was called Galt. That's where his foster parents raised him. It was a farming community. In fact, the two renegade Klingon.
Warning! Nerd alert!
There you go.
Those three done.
Yeah, those three Klingons that I think it was a first season episode of The Next Generation. They're the ones that came on board and created a phaser from parts of their belt and their boot and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
And when Worf told them where he was from, that he was raised on Galt, they said Galt's a farming community. Mm-hmm. So
that was such a deep cut, man.
Hey, they're the ones that made it. I just called it out.
Yeah. Oh. Wow. But yeah, so it ends up that it's actually Talin is the one who is emitting some sort of psychological craziness that's making everybody act up. And she's actually Vulcan as a motherfucker, as they say in the show.
Whoa!
That's right. I don't have the beats here, yo. And it was hilarious. And then when she got her emotions in check, everyone else seemed to calm down. And yeah, I don't know, man. I thought this thing was hilarious. I think the Betazoid trio was funny. I did suspect, and I couldn't figure it out anywhere. But I think that their dresses were supposed to match the Hocus Pocus movie.
Oh, I'll have to go back and look at that. Yeah.
I thought they were based on stuff that Troy's mother has worn over the years.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. I think it was in the Betazoid style, but I think the colors are from Hocus Pocus.
Well, we're getting a view of Dan's neighborhood.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I had to check for dogs. You look clear, so I think we're good.
Yep, I think we're good.
Yeah.
No, I had to switch to the phone, and the phone is running out of battery, so I had to plug it in and turn the way to do it. I know, I'm a mess.
I thought maybe he was getting approached by Jehovah's Witnesses again.
No. Oh, hopefully.
That's always good.
Yeah.
I feel like the more we see Vulcans, the less Vulcan we see that they really are.
Yeah,
Yes.
like they're peeling back the layers.
Yeah, we're just peeling back the layers, and it's like, you're not that different. You're just really, really, really uptight. That's it.
Yep. No, I agree.
Originally, we were led to believe that, Vulcans don't have emotions. Vulcans are incapable of lying. Neither of those are true statements.
Not at all.
They have very intense emotions, and they work very hard to suppress them. It's illogical to lie, so they don't do it, except when it's logical, and then they do.
Yeah, they can lie like a mother effer.
Yes, yes.
Well,
exactly.
there's somebody has taken the clip out of a book, and Spock says, Vulcans cannot lie, and then it says, quote, he lied.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one thing I had, one of the notes that I took was, so I don't know where the ship was during this mission, but they had to go through the neutral zone in order to get to Betazoid.
No. They were going to Betazoid or whatever, and then because the Betazoid trio took over, they were like, for whatever reason, we're going to go to the neutral zone.
Oh, see, I thought that they were going from Angel 1, which is a reference to the Next Generation episode Angel 1, the planet where all the women were in charge.
Yeah.
They were going from Angel 1 to Risa. And then I thought that when all the Betazoids took over, they said, screw it, we're going to go straight back to Betazoid.
No, I think they were just saying they went crazy and they wanted to go to the neutral zone.
Well, either way, the neutral zone is, it's not a straight line. It's space is 3 dimensions.
Right.
So, this neutral zone is, I would love to see a 3-dimensional representation of it, because there's probably no rhyme or reason to it. It's probably, okay, this planet's on this side, this planet's on this side, and, X distance from this planet is where the neutral zone starts, and X distance from this planet is the neutral zone starts here. So in some places it's really wide, in some places it's pretty narrow, and in 3 dimensions. In some places, up here is the neutral zone, but just below it is Federation space, but just below that you're in the neutral zone again.
Right.
I've got the official map up according to Reddit.
But still, that's a 2-dimensional map.
It's a 2-dimensional map. We'll see if we can get Neil deGrasse Tyson on here to explain it to us.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll be on the next week's episode.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But speaking of the beta or the neutral zone, I loved the end of the episode where they had the Romulan ship just kind of lurking there, and when the Cerritos changed course, they're like, "Aw," they turned around.
Let's go lurk over there instead.
Right.
Yeah.
That was great.
That's all they do.
Yeah.
You just lurk. Yeah. I like that everybody was just drinking in the bar, just going nuts. That one bird guy was going nuts with the replicator.
Oh, he was destroying that replicator.
Yeah.
I asked for regurgitated soup.
Yeah.
Gross.
And then all the security guys are like, we don't just secure physically, we secure emotionally. And
yeah, but when it was time to take action, they reminded me of the those special forces guys on Enterprise.
The Mako.
Oh yeah, the Makos.
The Makos. Yeah. They went into action.
Yeah, they hopped too really quick.
Yep.
And they were badass, man. They took everybody down real quick.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the Betazoids were like they said they were Betazoid intelligence. So they're probably special forces
BIA
type of
Yeah.
Undercover operatives.
I just remember that because it was like the CIA.
Right.
It was So yeah. Oh, and then the other thing was the cat doctor. Apparently they used to eat Betazoids.
I know.
Yeah.
That was great. Now we only eat synthetic Betazoids.
Yeah.
And she kept licking her lips. And
I just wanted to eat them so bad. Yeah.
Oh, I loved it. Learning more and more about her culture.
And she was all like, "Oh, those delicious Betazoids are." Yeah.
Yep.
That cracked me up. And then also like Shrax knew exactly what to do when she was just going bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty funny.
He's got that training, man.
Oh, he's well trained in that.
He's
sure.
Multifaceted.
For sure. For sure. But we're at about the halfway point of this season.
I was just going to ask where we're at.
Yeah, we're halfway.
Okay.
So we got about 5 more episodes left. So
are we going to find out? We're going to find out anything about this mystery ship? I mean, they've been teasing it for 5 straight episodes now.
They did another teaser today.
It up today. Yeah, this last episode.
Last episode.
I would imagine, like, you can't really do, call it like that and not start doing something with it soon.
I'm sure they've got a plan. Obviously.
I just hope they don't spend all season building up to a 2-part finale and we get nothing.
Or even worse, Dan, it could be they build up to something big and it's just something lame.
Yeah.
Well, we've got 5 more episodes left, so that means one of them is going to be their weird, doesn't do with anything episode, and it's not even our main characters.
Yeah.
So that's somewhere in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So do you think we're going to get, whether it's this season or next season, you think we're going to get an episode called Even Lower Decks, where we're gonna watch like 4 non-commissioned officers running around?
That's a really good idea, like the nacelle crew or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
That'd be great. No, I like that.
Man, I don't know, because they're kind of graduating, right? They're a little bit, they're middle management now.
Yeah.
So
they're middle deckers.
Yeah, they're middle deckers. So I don't know, man. But yeah, I like the episode. I guess we'll see what happens. We don't have the Will Wheaton show right now because I guess they didn't tape it in time before the strikes. So yeah. Did
we mention that, by the way?
What?
About the strike?
We talked a little bit about how they're Star Trek 4 is supposed to be still on track. And,
right.
Yeah. And then I did mention in the news stories that the writer's strike is over.
I should probably pay attention.
Yeah. And then that the actors' strike looks pretty promising to end soon. They've got a meeting tomorrow with the studio heads. And basically the writers and the actors both wanted about the same deal. So if the actors or if the writers already got it, then it should be pretty easy to say, like, all right, we'll give you the same thing. Go away.
So it's looking like it could probably end.
Yeah.
This week, maybe.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
In theory. So
that'd be good.
Yeah. But we will feel the effects of this in probably next year, just because so many films didn't get made, or like Deadpool 3 stopped right in the middle of it. And it's not as easy. It's just like, all right, everybody go back to work. You have to make sure everybody's got the time to do it. Their schedules are open back up. It's kind of a pain.
Right. It doesn't just start back up where it left off.
Right.
Yeah.
So
there's big delays to television shows. All the TV shows that we're going to start basically this week, all delayed till next year. So everything.
Yeah. So I mean, Disco should still be on track for next year. That sounds like it, because it was so far advanced already. Like it was almost done.
Thank goodness, because I was worried that.
I know you were.
Dan was chopping at the bit.
But then after that, like, there's going to be a long gap.
Yeah.
Because it's not like Strange New Worlds started anything. And
what Strange New Worlds doesn't come back until, did I hear 2025?
Potentially, yeah, because they have to write everything and then shoot it. And it's not like, it's like we said, it's just not as easy to turn it back on.
Right.
So, and it's not just writing it and then let's go. It's, you got to build the props, you got to build the sets. Those VR walls, even though they're easier to do, making those designs are
you still have to in the program.
Right. So, yeah, it's not as quick as people think. So, and then animation is similar. Like it takes forever.
Yeah.
So lower decks will be quite a ways.
They need to hurry up because this eventually, potentially affects me because, depending on how long I'm going to be doing this show, if there's not Star Trek on, then we're only doing this every other week. And what am I supposed to do with every other one of my Sundays?
I've got some ideas.
Okay.
I've got some ideas. Yeah. But yeah, so that's basically the show. Do you guys catch Ahsoka?
Yes.
I did. Is it me, or does Admiral Thrawn look like Jesus Christ, what's his name? Of course, I'm drawing a blank now.
People have been calling him Smurf Data.
The guy who owns Tesla. What's his?
Oh, Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Does he look like Elon Musk with blue makeup, or is it just me?
Well, so his brother is Mads Mikkelsen, who was Hannibal.
Schmecky Bomb, who?
Yeah, he was in Rogue One. He was the designer of the Death Star. That's
Okay.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Okay.
Yeah. So his brother, those two are actual brothers.
Okay.
And they both kind of already look like Elon by nature,
Yeah.
So I don't think it was an intentional thing. They just happened to look that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Bronson Elon Smurf.
There you go.
Elon Smurf.
Yeah. So,
What do you guys think of Ahsoka?
I'm liking it. It took a little bit to get going, but I like it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it gets me upset because I know where it goes after this.
Yeah.
True.
I know it goes to the sequel trilogy, which I rewatched this week.
Okay.
And
Any new insights?
I caught one thing that I never realized before. When Finn and Rose get arrested in the casino, the officers start reading them their rights, which I thought it was odd that, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, they're abiding by the 1966 Supreme Court of the United States decision
Miranda
versus Arizona.
Right.
But
yeah.
Well,
That is
there's rules in
interesting.
space.
Right. I just read an article about their use of lightsabers now, and how it's progressed from the original trilogy to sequel trilogy, even to the newer shows. That some of the newer shows like Mandalorian, they would actually have functioning light up lightsabers that they would duel with, but the battery packs had to be up the sleeves of the actors. And now the battery technology is so good that they actually have lightsabers that they use on the set for their battles, for filming their battles with the battery packs inside the hilt. So, so that lets them light up a lightsaber tube that makes the lighting easier for the effects guys to do. And so they're actually fighting with what looks like realistic lightsabers, and they just add some, pizzazz in post. So
I imagine it's not those like $400 ones that they sell at Disneyland. Like they're even better than that.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So, because even as like back in the prequel trilogy, they were just using aluminum rods, and when they were going back and forth, they were getting bent up, and then they went to fiberglass, and then for like the Mandalorian, they were using light up rods. So
yeah. I guess we'll see. We got one more episode of Ahsoka? 1 or 2, something like that?
2. I think we just had episode 6.
Okay.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't have it.
I don't know. They got reunited with Space Moses, so that's
good.
Yeah.
Ezra's back.
Yeah, and he was like pushing everybody with the Force, which is pretty fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
I actually like to see that. We've only really seen that one other time where a Jedi or a Jedi-like person's fighting without his lightsaber. Yeah, and it was Kylo Ren.
Yep,
was fighting off the guys in Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah.
So
yeah, no, I liked it.
I don't even know which movie you're watching when you watch the sequel trilogy. Any other Star Wars movie, you could describe a situation, and I could say, oh yeah, that was an Empire Strikes Back.
Right.
You could describe a situation with Rey, Finn, Poe, Kylo Ren, all those people, It's like, yeah, I remember that happened. I don't remember what movie it was in. I don't remember the plot.
Right. That's the reason why that is because those movies individually had some fantastic scenes in them, but the storyline was so screwed up that it wasn't cohesive. You don't care. You don't remember what.
I know
what
that The
movie it was
Last
in.
Jedi is the best one. So,
which one was that? Is that
that's the one where Luke throws away the lightsaber?
The middle one.
Yeah, the middle one. And then they do Force Zoom calls.
And I just watched it yesterday.
Yeah.
The middle one with the really angry AT-ATs.
That's right. And then Luke is drinking that milk straight out the creature. Yeah.
Well, not straight out. He didn't apply his mouth to the teeth. That would be from the tap. He did pour a glass for himself.
Oh, he poured himself a glass, all right.
Yeah.
And then he confronts Kylo Ren as a Force ghost, kind of.
Yeah.
Force projection.
Like you said, like a Zoom call.
Like a Zoom
Jedi
call.
Zoom call.
Yeah. Apparently, you can save the galaxy over a Zoom call. It's great.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I'm not even on StreamYard right now. I'm just concentrating really hard.
That's right. Yeah. You're doing good.
Thank you. I'm going to die after this, but I'm willing to make the sacrifice.
That's right. The sacrifice is for the show.
Your wife's going to walk in and the head.
Oh, did she get her coffee today?
Yes, she did.
Okay.
Yes, she did.
Just making sure.
I made her some fresh coffee. I'm drinking some fresh coffee out of my Star Trek original series mug. Okay. We just got done watching the Galileo and the Squire of Gothos.
Galileo.
Yes. They're good. No, it's anytime you want to sing, Dan. Anytime. Yeah. Those two episodes were okay. I remember this. I had never seen the Squire of Gothos. I had never seen either one all the way through, but the Squire of Gothos specifically featured Trelane, and he in the novel that I read, Q squared. Trelane is actually a Q or Q adjacent, and so if you rewatch that episode with that in mind, it's a lot more fun to watch. So, and the Galileo 7, I don't know if the episode was called Galileo or Galileo 7, but that was pretty much you kind of knew where the episode was going. The Galileo crash lands, and it's Spock and McCoy and a couple other crew members, and all the crew members are upset at Spock because he's not, taking things emotionally, like the death of a crewman, and Spock is perplexed because, well, logic's going to solve everything, and of course, at the end of the day, it's a little bit of both that helps him escape. So the episodes are getting better. They're not quite as misogynistic and racist, and
I'm sure you guys know, but I saw the sad thing last night, and I'm still a little bit grappling with it. Dominic Mysterio lost the North American title at No Mercy. So that's wrestling.
You never heard of Dominic
Dirty Dom and Mommy? You never heard of
duh. Come on, Dan.
His real father is Eddie Guerrero, probably. It's all these things. Anyways.
You don't know that storyline, Eddie Guerrero and about the dad and the thing and the
Yeah. They had a child custody battle in a ladder match. The papers were hung above the ring, and that's how they decided who the father was.
Shut up.
That's a real story.
So it was like that Stallone movie, Over the Top, where he
kind of legit. That is a WWE storyline. Who's the real dad? We're gonna fight about it and grab the paperwork.
Over the Top.
You win $100,000 and a new semi and your kid.
That's right.
There you go. Oh.
All right. Well, let's get to some listener feedback on that note.
Open hailing frequencies.
Hey. Frequencies open, sir.
Over the Top.
That's right. Oh yeah, they did it.
Has anybody else ever seen that movie?
Oh fuck yeah, dude! That movie's great. I got so excited I'm swearing again. Dirty D and Mom. Yeah, it's Dirty Dom. Speaking of which, we got Chazbiz on the line since he logged in first. So there you go.
What up, Chaz Biz?
What's going on, man?
Hello.
Hello.
I'm thinking of over the top right now. You know, you got to take
know.
your hand and you got to like
Well,
throw
you
it
got
down.
the hat.
thing.
You gotta flip it. Yeah, you got to flip it. It's like a switch.
It's hard to do with headset on.
Yeah, you're stronger. You flipped it. You're good to go.
You know what?
Oh, Dan kind of looks, dude. Dan kind of looks. Turn your head around, Dan.
Oh, he looks like the bad guy.
He looks like the bad guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The one he's
Wow.
I remember when I was a kid, I remember being so disappointed when I saw the preview for that because I thought it was another Rocky movie. And when I,
Oh yeah.
Hey, that would have been a better Rocky 5. So, like the storyline, like Rocky's down on his luck.
Are you talking about this guy?
Yeah, that's the guy.
That's the guy you guys think Dan is?
Hey, Dan, next time we do the show, I want you to show up in one of those armless
That's what he looks like when he brings the dog back to the.
That's right. He's
owner.
really upset about it.
Here's your dog.
I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna say that when we go to Trek Long Island, I will arm wrestle anyone there and win.
Perfect.
Oh boy.
Jasmine, what do you think of the episode?
And then I get to take your kid home with me. If I...
There you go.
Come on, kid. I'm your new dad. Let's go.
I'm your new daddy.
Arm wrestle him. I win.
Drive it home in my new semi.
God.
Thing is, he doesn't know how to do the gears. He's just grinding them all.
Yeah.
It's the new semi. He's like,
I'll see if my company will let me borrow one of their rigs.
Perfect. So, Jasmine, what do you think of the episode?
It was good. You know.
Yeah.
You know, the funniest part was the cat. You know,
Yeah.
Every time she saw a Betazoid, she licked her lips, and I thought that was hilarious. And having the Vulcans, or the Vulcan and the Betazoids with their craziness. It's like, how does a Star Trek ship function with telepaths that can overthrow a whole ship just being in menopause and whatever?
Betazoid menopause.
What it was, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. What do you think they were drinking?
He
Daiquiris?
said it was a glowing green beverage.
Yeah.
I was like,
maybe it was a Romulan ale mixer.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, Romulan.
No, that's blue.
Yeah. Well, you put
was it a warp core or whatever they used to have? They used to have
the warp core breach?
Yeah. Maybe it's that.
Maybe.
And then the one
like
guy
was a green drink.
Have a warp core breach. Which
warp core breach. Yeah. Then the one guy's in the bar. They kept on making out the whole time. You'd see them.
Oh yeah.
They'd like scoot across the screen.
Yeah.
Just never get off each other. Oh, that was kind of funny.
God. There's always that couple at a party. There's always that
all
couple
over each other.
Yeah. Whether you want to see it or not, it's just
it's like no, quit.
Yeah.
It's like, and the slam poetry I thought was good. So
you gonna do some slam poetry for us now?
No.
No. Okay.
No, absolutely not. His boiler.
Right.
I want to
where am I going to? And then you see him like
slam poetry.
Oh, Packlet
slam poetry. Actually, I am about 2 or 3 lines into Ode to Spot the Deuce. So I figure by Christmas, I'm going to have that ready for you, Dan. That's something that's going to happen.
All right.
So I just realized I did the Picard maneuver. Dan, did you notice the shirt that I'm wearing today?
Nice.
Daystrom Institute.
Nice.
Yep.
See that calls.
Warning, nerd alert,
Nerd.
Daystrom Institute of Advanced Robotics.
Okay. So are you the robot?
No, I work on them. Oh, nice.
Nice.
Nice. I just got free advertising.
Is that the hoodie one of some company sent us? I forget who.
No, my dad gave me this one. It's a Space Force one.
Nice.
And Chaz Biz, what did your hat say?
It says Trekcast right there.
Oh, okay.
there you go.
Yeah.
He's on brand.
Yeah.
Unlike the rest of us.
It's advertising right there.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
We got it. Trekcast in this corner and Trekcast in the bottom corner. So
hey, at least he knows who Dirty Dom and Mommy is.
no, I just put Dirty D
Ah.
in because you mentioned like
you hurt my feelings.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I haven't watched wrestling since The Rock was on there. Rock and
He was
Stone
just on there
Cold.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but I mean, like when they were hot.
Oh,
like,
regularly.
early, yeah.
Okay.
That used to be Monday Night Raw and all that. I used to watch.
Yep. Okay.
And that was one thing I did like my senior year of high school. We'd sit there, watch that, and drink and have fun.
There you go.
My mom didn't know, and then smoke a little, you know what? And
You wouldn't have watched wrestling?
yeah. And I was gonna say on Ahsoka, this season, why doesn't her ship take any damage whatsoever?
That's a good point.
Oh, she was in a whale for a while.
Well, she was in a whale, and then her ship got shot down. Then she gets out of the ship, and she does like a backflip over, and then knocks. I was like, okay.
Well, yeah, the space defense scenes, the outside the ship space defense scenes are a little bit far-fetched, but you know, maybe it's because Ahsoka's just a badass Jedi.
Yeah, well, I just want her ship to get a little scarred up, beat up.
She's covered in plot armor. The ship.
She is covered in yes.
You're exactly
very
right.
much so.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
it's the strongest armor in all of literature.
Yeah, it's way too much plot armor.
Mando didn't have any such luck.
No, he did not. He did not.
Because he went from a very large spacecraft to a Nubian fighter.
Yes.
Yeah. And I don't know how you sit across and fly across the galaxy in that little bitty Nubian fighter. Where do you use
the big question? Where do you pee? Exactly. Where do you pee?
Yeah.
That is the question we ask people too. In where does Porthos poop?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Where does he poop?
Where does he poop?
I'm pretty sure his armor has a Beskar catheter in it, so he's good.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, Dan. Maybe you could ask Space Force. Ask Space Force if they have any thoughts on that.
Yeah.
I do it right down the leg of my flight suit.
There you go. There you go.
All right, Chaz, is there anything else you want to bring on? We got other people waiting.
It's, this season, it's been all right. I'm just hoping it picks up a little bit.
Yeah.
Last 2 episodes been kind of ho-hum, know. And this season's not my favorite season so far.
Yeah.
Like the other 2 were so much better.
Well, and I don't think that this season's a downgrade. I think it's that we're used to what they do.
Yeah.
So it's not, the novelty is gone.
Yeah. And I just hope they can kick it back up the next few episodes.
Yeah.
Because I really love Lower Decks. It's probably my favorite of the new shows. Besides Picard season 3, because Picard season 3 was perfect. So
yeah, it's pretty great.
Agreed.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and rewatch that.
I know. I would love to rewatch it. I'm not gonna rewatch the first 2 probably because I just get angry.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's kind of like Dan's watching the Star Wars movies, and the new sequels. They just what on Ahsoka what it's leading to, because it's basically Luke giving up and throwing away his lightsaber and then disappearing, and then every character dies in each episode. So
I had a theory about that, just really quick. My thought was what they could do to fix the sequel trilogy, because the main villain in the sequel trilogy is not Emperor Palpatine. He hardly kills anybody.
No,
it's General Hux.
Yep.
He murders like 1 trillion people when he fires that giant planet Star Destroyer weapon, Death Star weapon. Okay, so Force users can see into the future, right?
Right.
Why don't we have a super strong Jedi or Jedi Force user type person see into the future, see that, and then change it? They could retcon the entire thing. They could fix it.
Or make
still have the same characters. Yeah, they could do it. They could have the same characters, only not have 1 trillion people die.
Yeah, make a multiverse. Bring Rey back. everybody
They won't
gets
do it.
retconned.
They won't do it.
No, they're
absolutely
cowards.
Because
No, they don't have the balls to.
No.
the new trilogy was so woke that they can't risk people thinking that they think it was a mistake.
I
Yeah.
don't think that's what it is. I think they spent billions of dollars in Disneyland and Disney World and setting up their Star Trek lands to match the new trilogy.
Yeah.
That to then just say, hey, we're wiping this away. That's a huge investment to not just.
They could still do the same characters. They could still have Ray and Finn and Poe and all those other people.
Yeah,
They
see,
could just,
I actually like the new characters. Like when Force Awakens started, I really liked that movie. Like that was an awesome movie because they built it up, and then the sequel comes and it just kind of. I walked out of that movie. I was like, I don't know if I love this movie or I'm just very angry right now.
What I'm waiting for, and I promise you, on a long enough timeline, if it's 5 years, if it's 50 years from now, at some point they're going to reboot the original trilogy and just redo them.
Yeah,
it may not be in our lifetimes, but it'll happen.
Yeah, but in our lifetime, I mean, would they allow it? That'd be like rebooting Back to the Future. I mean,
they'll do that too. Give it time.
Do you think they'll recast Luke Skywalker in these new series?
Eventually, they're going to have to. Because the fans like this timeline.
I think they need to recast and bring in Leia and bring in Luke and actually face Thrawn. Because really, if you read like Heir to the Empire and that whole series, it's like you kind of want to see that happen.
Well, he's all AI now. They had Luke in Mandalorian.
Yeah,
it's a guy
but not GH Luke, but I mean they're going to use a new character.
Yeah,
for Luke, or a new actor.
Just bring in Bucky and bring in Leia's daughter and have them.
Then
cast them as Luke and Leia.
Or the Solo guy, he didn't do too bad. So
I thought he did fine.
Yeah,
the story on that was a little off.
Well, how they named Han Solo was ridiculous on there. But besides that, I really kind of liked the movie. It was different. It was very. I don't know.
You're 100% right on that. So you're by yourself. So Solo.
Yeah. It's like, come on.
I liked that. I thought that was pretty cool the way he got his name.
Oh, really?
But, yeah.
Chaz and I disagree.
Donald Glover as Lando, so I don't really care. As long as I get more Lando, I'm good.
Yeah, Lando was great on there. I love, Donald Glover did a perfect job as Lando.
Oh, he did absolutely.
Yeah.
And nobody gives that movie love, but it's actually, I think it's a fun movie.
Yeah, it's a fun movie.
Because it's just kind of a one-off. It's a story. Yeah. It's not, they're going to save the galaxy. It's more like a heist type thing.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, thanks, Chazbiz, for being on. We've got Hipster Spock waiting, so let's bring him on as well. Poor guy has been waiting for quite a while. Thank you for your patience. Hey, buddy, what's going on?
Hey there. Can you guys hear me?
I like that you got your hat backwards. Are you going to go fight for a kid now, or what's going on?
That's it. I'm going to arm wrestle you.
Yeah, here we go.
I just put it on because of this thing over here.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I put it on. It's a Red Sox hat, but put it over to Red Sox. And okay, anyway, I was just wondering, like, imagine you were talking about the lightsabers, right? So imagine you came home and see your kid fighting with the $400 Disney lightsaber.
Yeah.
If I saw my kid fighting with the $400 Disney lightsaber, I would probably grab the other $400 Disney lightsaber and duel with him.
Yeah. It's just an excuse to get more later.
Right.
Oh, we broke these. We need more. Yeah.
Oh, it's time to go back to Disneyland.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure.
Remind me, Over the Top is the Stallone arm wrestling movie, right?
Yep.
Correct.
Child custody and arm wrestling, all as it should be.
Mm-hmm. And you were talking about some guy named Mysterio. The last time I heard that name was Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Dom is his son, his legitimate son.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I've been out of that loop.
Which one of them fought Spider-Man?
It would be Ray. Ray fought Spider-Man. He's dressed up like actual Mysterio before.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, hearing that name just brings me back to those days when I was like, I was watching like The Rock beating up Triple H and stuff.
Yeah, WCW and all that.
Yeah, that was like what, mid-90s or something?
Uh-huh. Go grab your Mountain Dew and relive the good times.
Yeah, totally. And you guys were talking about reboot, and like a while ago, like during this past week, I was seeing something about The Last Starfighter. Remember that movie?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And so I put that on some of the Trek things because I saw a review about that or some video essay about that, and I'm like, well, yeah, that was an awesome movie back in 84 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then I start seeing people writing in the comments like, oh, maybe that could use a reboot, and I'm like, hell no.
Well, they every few years it's like, oh, we're gonna do a sequel to it finally, and then nothing happens. So,
well, that's one of those movies where I think just leave it alone. It was great as a one-off.
Yeah, it's a good time capsule movie. Like that premise, like playing in an arcade and everything, that doesn't happen anymore, really. So, like,
no, it doesn't.
It's good for that time era.
I mean, they could do it. They could do it differently. They could have
like a mobile game or something.
It's a mobile game. It's an Xbox Live game.
Yeah.
That, you know, the aliens put it on the server. It's a free download. Kids start downloading it. They start playing it, not realizing they're auditioning for a role in the, you know, Space Armada or whatever.
Right.
So I mean, they could update the story.
Yeah. I've never seen the movie.
What?
Okay, well, when we have episodes,
put that on your list.
Review. Yeah.
I will watch it post haste.
Yeah. Oh, it's fantastic.
All right, hold on a minute. Enemy Mine. Have you seen that one?
Okay, Enemy Mine. The short answer is probably when I was growing up, my aunt had HBO and she would record movies for me. I'm talking back in the early to mid 80s. Enemy Mine was a tape that had the 6-hour tapes had 3 movies each, and I would watch them as a kid. Enemy Mine was one of them. I remember bits and pieces of it, and I think the same thing with the movie we were just talking about. So I might have seen it way back in the day, but I'll rewatch both of them.
Yeah. Get on that.
I'm on it. I realize I have responsibilities here, so
that's right.
You know,
so does everybody else, dude.
Yeah,
I got you. Yep,
homework for Scott. So back to the episode, right? Like, I'm just thinking, isn't it kind of racist to accuse Betazoids for those throwing around those telepathic signals when it was the Vulcan?
It's 100% racist. You're absolutely right.
It is. It's not. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah.
So come on, I can't believe they did that. And another thing,
bigotry.
Yeah, exactly, man. What the hell? And like, I hope they don't pull a disco on that white ship stuff.
Oh, and like become friends with it?
No, not that. But like, remember Disco used to like put this mystery box.
We'll have another mystery
season arcs, and it ended up being nothing.
Yeah,
or being some bullshit stuff. I hope they don't do that.
Oh, it's gonna be the ship of the bugs, Dan.
Yes.
Your bugs.
Don't get me started on the bugs.
What, the bug Indies or something?
No, the ones that took over Starfleet back in season 1 of Next Gen.
Yeah.
Conspiracy.
The conspiracy things.
Yeah. Bugs.
Yeah.
My big theory for what was that? Picard season 3?
Yep. Paramount heard your cries.
Well, they did say that in Picard season 3, like originally it was going to be the bugs, and then they decided to go with the changelings instead.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my last thing is that, well, I think all this stuff about AI, it's totally overblown. AI isn't really that good. Because, it's like everything that you make is a mashup of what you've seen before, right? And so AI pretty much does it, and it just a parlor trick because it's able to communicate with you like, like it's some sort of human, but it's, if you really think about it, it's just taking the most logical thing. It's basically a Vulcan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so, and there's no emotions and stuff. So it's like, is it really okay? It's very clever, but I don't think it's all that. And the media's making it out to be all that, the investors and all that stuff. And I'm like, I mean, I've asked it several times to come up with some Star Trek, episode idea, and 90%, like all of it, pretty much sound like each other.
Yeah, but that's the issue, right? Right now, it's not that great creatively, but it could be in a few generations.
It's heading in a certain direction.
Yeah, and so you need to have the rules in place now, because if you wait too
long, that's true. Yeah, I agree with that.
Everyone out. So that's why there's the freak out.
So you compared AI. You said it's basically a Vulcan, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a Vulcan is just a Romulan with self-discipline.
Right.
And
that's the direction it's heading.
Yeah.
They're pretty dangerous, Romulans.
Yeah. So. It's not great now, or it's not showing, emotion now, but
it'll get there.
Yeah. Oh, look at how far it's come just in the last. I mean, AI's been out, like the kind of AI we're talking about, like the Chat GPT and things like that. And hey, make an episode of whatever for me. That's only been out for a year.
See, and this is why every time I use Chat GPT, I say please and thank you, because when the robots finally
I do the same thing with Alexa.
Yeah. When the robots take over, I want them to like, he was all right.
In fact, whenever I ask Alexa to do something and then she does it, and then you can see the that little circle ring continue to, and then I'll say, thank you. And she'll be like, hey, no problem. Like, I'm just waiting for you to acknowledge me or say thank you or be polite.
She's checking you off.
That's true with everything, right?
Guy's got the list and he's just checking names off.
I mean, that's true with everything, right?
Right.
They just want to feel appreciated.
Exactly.
All right, guys. Thanks for
yeah. Bye. All right. Now that we're all polite to AI,
right?
So we did ask people, where does Porthos poop? Basically, the overwhelming answer was wherever he wants, and then the second,
dog.
Yeah, and then the other answer was out the airlock. There were a few people who thought that maybe the poo would get just teleported out into space. So whatever. Fun question, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you guys want to bring up?
Oh, I think that's it.
All right.
Any other feedback?
No, that's it for now.
Okay.
But yeah. So we'll be back next week with the next episode, and yeah.
All right. Send in that feedback. Email trekcasttng@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And what's a good way to send in audio?
Just video notes. Send me a video note MP3. Keep it under 2 minutes, so that way I can animate you, and it'll be fun for the show. I've got.
I found the easiest way to do that is to do a voice. There's a voice recorder on everybody's cell phone. Use the voice recorder and attach that file to an email.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening, and we'll catch you next week.
All right. Bye, Mom.
Hey guys.
This is
Bye,
Captain
Scott.
Benjamin Sisko of Deep Space Nine and Space God to the Bajorans. I have a mission for you. This falls outside of Starfleet guidelines. So I can't order you, but I'm asking for volunteers. Volunteers who will subscribe to the Trekcast YouTube channel, leave 5-star reviews on your podcast app of choice, and share Trekcast across your social media accounts. If we can make our audience bigger, we might have a chance against the Dominion. Are you ready? Subscribe, like, and share. Are you with me?